Spring cottagecore on a budget, upcycled farmhouse decor with rustic and shabby chic vibes. Hi there, I'm David, and welcome back to Vintage and Rustic, your cozy corner on YouTube where we explore all things nostalgic, charming, and soul-soothing. Today, I want to take you on a gentle walk through a field of springtime dreams, where the world of cottagecore meets the practicality of decorating on a budget. As someone who's always had a soft spot for vintage textures, rustic charm, and the romance of old farmhouses, I find this time of year particularly inspiring. The blooming wildflowers, the chirping birds, and the softer light of spring give new life to interior spaces. Whether you're living in a tiny countryside nook or a small city apartment that craves that fresh pastoral charm, you can absolutely create a warm and inviting home without spending a fortune. In today's video, we're focusing on upcycled farmhouse decor, cottagecore aesthetics, and easy, affordable ways to bring in those rustic and shabby chic vibes that make a house feel like a home. One of my favorite places to begin any cottagecore makeover is with furniture and wood accents. There's something deeply satisfying about giving old pieces a second chance, like sanding down a battered oak table, whitewashing it for that perfect shabby chic effect, and placing it in your dining nook surrounded by wildflower centerpieces. Keywords like distressed wood, chalk paint furniture, farmhouse dining table, and cottagecore chair makeover all come to mind when I think of these cozy transformations. If you're lucky enough to find vintage sideboards or old wooden crates at a flea market or estate sale, you've struck gold. These pieces don't have to be perfect, in fact, their imperfections are what make them so beautiful. You can use them as display units for antique teacups, enamel pitchers, vintage books, and even dried flower arrangements, think lavender, baby's breath, or eucalyptus. Using textures like burlap, muslin, and crocheted doilies over your shelves and tabletops adds that layered, thoughtful touch. All of this helps build the aesthetic of a timeless farmhouse look that feels authentic and personal. Now, when it comes to decor, cottagecore is all about evoking a slower, softer way of living. You can't go wrong with mason jars, galvanized metal accents, and floral-patterned linens. Add in some botanical prints in thrifted frames or hang up embroidered samplers with sweet little sayings. Even something as simple as stacking old books with yellowed pages or creating a centerpiece with dried hydrangeas in a chipped ceramic jug can make a space feel warm and welcoming. Key terms like budget-friendly home decor, upcycled wall art, DIY vintage frames, and repurposed farmhouse decorations are your friends when searching for ideas online or at your local thrift store. Curtains made from old sheets, repurposed as lace valances or soft cotton drapes, add just the right touch of nostalgia. You can also create your own fabric bunting or garlands using leftover fabric scraps, which can drape charmingly over windows, fireplaces, or open shelves. These DIY touches not only save money but also infuse your space with your own creativity and love. The great thing about shabby chic and rustic spring decorating is how forgiving and flexible it is. You can mix metals with woods, florals with stripes, vintage with modern. It all somehow works in this style because the heart of it is about comfort and charm. A simple wooden bench at the end of a bed, painted in soft pastels like sage green or robin's egg blue, instantly brightens a room. Hang up an old garden gate as a makeshift headboard or turn weathered barn wood into a wall shelf. And of course, no spring makeover would be complete without fresh flowers or potted herbs, things like rosemary, mint, or chamomile, placed in old tin cans or terracotta pots painted with chalk paint. Using soft lighting, string lights, oil lamps, or flickering LED candles, brings warmth to your evenings and a magical glow that makes your home feel like a storybook cottage. As we wrap up this journey, I hope you're feeling encouraged and excited to embrace your own version of spring cottagecore, no matter your budget. Decorating your space isn't about how much you spend, it's about how much love and thought you put into the details. Every cracked pot you rescue, every old mirror you repaint, and every little fabric scrap you turn into something beautiful adds to the story of your home. You don't need a sprawling farmhouse in the countryside to live the cottagecore dream. You just need a little imagination, a lot of heart, and the joy of creating something meaningful with your own hands. So whether you're layering soft linens on your bed, repurposing an old cabinet into a pantry, or hanging up vintage lace curtains that flutter with the spring breeze, know that you're building a space that reflects warmth, comfort, and a deep appreciation for life's little beauties. I hope this video gave you plenty of ideas, inspiration, and a gentle reminder that beauty doesn't have to be expensive, it just has to be intentional. Until next time, I'm David, and I'll be right here at Vintage and Rustic, bringing you more ways to fall in love with your home all over again.
Thank you.